All right, recording on. Okay, so because harmonic Reiki is very much a throat chakra opening practice, that's why I've been having these sessions online to just really continually like build on this work together. It's a thing that I've been hearing from people the most that they're just like really strongly resonating with. And I think it's because through all our different intersectional identities, there have been ways that many of us have been silenced. Many of us have been told that our voices don't matter for some reason, and we have also just silenced ourselves. And yeah, I feel in this time, a lot of what's been coming through is very much ancestral. Um, it's the time of the year. It was just Halloween, Samhain, Day of the Dead, Undas is what we call it in the Philippines, All Souls Day. All these different cultures have different, or all these different cultures know that this is the time of the year where the veil is the thinnest between our world and the spiritual world. And it's a time where we can really like connect ancestrally. Um, and that has just been coming through for me personally so hard in these past few weeks, where I've been going on journeys and having visions and feeling ways that my grandmothers and my grandfathers have been silenced or have had things affecting their throat. And a lot of this has been through different things like physical abuse, sexual abuse, violence from colonization. And I have been just reflecting on ways that those things are showing up currently in my life and how they are ready to be cleared. They're ready to be cleared. And the self healing work for not only myself, but for my lineage, my ancestors, my descendants, is to really dig into my voice and to open that up and to call upon the empowerment, to call upon the ability to express my desires, my needs, my joy, my creativity, my boundaries, all of these things, so that everything that my ancestors experience can be transmuted into something different for me now, for my family now, and for my future children, my current nieces and nephews, et cetera, et cetera. Um, so yeah, I just want to acknowledge that. That's what's been coming through. I've been feeling the energy really hard, like over the last few hours. So before even opening up the space, I'm like, stuff is coming through, shit's coming through. Today, it's gonna come through. Um, so yeah, I just want to acknowledge all of the work that you are all doing as individuals. It's not just for yourself, but for the collective, for your lineage and the collective in general. And it's brave work. It's important work. It's not always easy, but it is important and is impactful. So thank you all for being here. Hmm. All right. I am, let's see. Would anyone like to, if anyone has a response to that, we have like a few minutes. If that just like resonated with anybody in any way.
Yeah, you've talked about your voice not being heard growing up and such. And I've heard you say that like how many times, right? And for the first time, like I kind of took that in for myself. Like that's how I grew up. But I hadn't really thought of it that way. But it was like I was it was a very oppressive, overly religious, a religious oppressive household. I couldn't have my own thoughts, my own views, and so yeah, that was a and it was finally speaking up, um, saying who I was and how I wanted to live my life. Um, I became a man, you know. And actually, here's an interesting concept. This is especially for all of you Reiki people, because um, I actually grew up with Tourette syndrome, which is
Mm.
a a neurological disorder, and so but you don't know when you're doing it when you have Tourette's. You have to learn, like, when am I doing it and how is this happening? But I've never heard of it going away ever in any case. But when I was a kid, I was working with it inside of myself. But it was all once I started speaking up and confronting my parents, the Tourette's went away, like, miraculously. So
Wow.
this whole concept of not having a voice, and how that affects our body, and then actually finding my voice and how that affects my body, I had never really thought of it that way until just now.
Wow, that's really incredible, Dan. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, yeah. The deeper that we go, I'd say, into healing work, many of us realize that they're not isolated. The physical, the emotional, the energetic bodies, they're all very, very much intertwined. And just like I've shared before too, is I've had physical illnesses of my throat, of esophagus motility disorder, where I was basically throwing up my food every day for almost 3.5 years. And that I believe is very much related to all the throat chakra stuff. Literally, when I'm like having trouble voicing something, it'll get activated, and so they're very much tied together. And so, yeah, thank you for sharing that. Um, Anyone else like to share?
I've been reflecting. So, as I said earlier, I'm going to be doing a workshop with Asian American youth next weekend around feeling their emotions and feeling their feelings. Um, and I realized actually, like, one of the most important things is understanding your relationship to your emotions and allowing yourself to feel. Because there's so many societal messages telling us we're not supposed to feel our feelings, or we're supposed to stay face, or like it's like we're too sensitive or whatever it is. But in order to be able to be heard, right? And I was like thinking about this when Dan was speaking. Um, you need to trust that someone will listen and that that person is safe, right? And then as you were talking, I realized, oh, like the one you actually need to feel safest with about it is yourself. So like you may not feel safe within yourself feeling your feelings. And how can you have that conversation within yourself to say like it's okay to feel my emotions right now? Um, you do need other people, right? That like you can trust to like feel that with, but if you don't trust yourself to feel it, and you don't have that kind of relationship, it was just like me thinking of like, oh, like finding my own voice means that I have to trust my voice in the first place.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Safety, self safety, I'd say is the number one thing that I work on personally to to do anything, honestly, to heal through anything, and especially to speak and feel my emotions. So, yes, thank you for identifying that, Annie. That's absolutely spot on. Um, all right. So I'm going to, yeah, get into a little bit of how this is going to go down. So the sound journey will be about like 30 to 40 minutes. And as I said, the practice is tuning into our bodies, mainly into specific chakras, and really like sensing and feeling what's there. And as you're sensing and feeling what's there, to open your mouth, open your throat, and to let whatever release in sound. And there can be different levels to this. You can start with humming. You can start with opening your mouth and matching syllables, saying different syllables like om, things like that. You can match whatever I'm singing, or you can just like let it rip and vocalize whatever you want to vocalize, and that'll actually be the most powerful. And so I hope that you're in a place where you feel safe vocalizing. I know that sometimes we might be in spaces where there are other people around, but again, whatever feels most comfortable, and maybe wherever you can meet your edge, just to like break through and open, because that's what we're here for. That's what I invite you to do. um, you may feel during the journey different things come up, different sensations, physical sensations, certainly different emotions. Some folks really journey, some folks have visions, some folks have messages come through. um, Whatever it is, even if it's just you really feeling just yourself and your voice, like just trust that whatever is coming, whatever you're meant to receive right now is happening. If ever you get to the point where it feels uncomfortable, again, I'd say you can meet your edges and vocalize through sound. That will usually push it through. You can also take really deep breaths, just to ground deeper into your body. That can help as well. You can also bring a little bit of movement to your body, or touch the earth. Those are different things that can help you throughout this journey. Um, see if there's anything else. I believe that's everything. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. So I invite you to get comfortable. If you'd like to lay down, that can be helpful. If you'd like to stay sitting up, that's also okay. I suggest wearing headphones for the best experience if you need to grab those. Um, I'm going to lead you through a quick body scan and breath meditation just to ground more deeply. And then we're going to begin. And then I'll call you back at the end. So go ahead and take the time to settle in. Start getting comfortable. Start letting your body drop deeper wherever you may be laying, wherever you may be sitting. You can close your eyes. And we're going to start taking 4 counts of breath in. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4. You can start to return to your natural breath and start to feel in your body, wherever it may be laying or sitting. Feel the weight of it sink deeper and deeper with the force of gravity. And feel just layers and layers of tension start to melt away. You can start feeling the top of your head, your forehead, your temples, your eyebrows, your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, your mouth, your teeth, your lips, your jaw, your ears, your chin, your entire face and head, and just let it relax. You can start to feel your throat, your neck. Feel whatever tension lies there. Just let it relax and melt away a little bit more. Feel your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers, and let them relax. You can feel your chest, your torso, your belly, your pelvis, and let them relax. Feel your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet, your toes, the soles of your feet, the back of your legs, the back of your calves, your thighs, and let them relax. You can feel your buttocks, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, the back of your shoulders, the back of your neck, and the back of your head, all the way to the top of your head, letting your whole back body relax. Feel your entire body just sinking deeper and deeper and deeper, continuing to let go layer by layer. Try to quiet the mind as much as possible. Just focus on breath. Just focus on sound. Now I'm going to open sacred space, and our journey will begin. calling in all our guides, all our ancestors of the most well and willing to guide us, to protect us, to help us do the work we need to do for ourselves, for our lineage, for the collective. We call in the spirits of the north, the spirits of the east, the spirits of the south, spirits of the west, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the ethers, the cosmos, the star beings, our galactic allies, our Reiki guides, our plant allies, our animal allies, Mama Pele, Mother Ocean, the tree spirits, the bird spirits, the chirping spirits, our higher selves, our inner children. We call in the elements: fire, earth, water, air. And all the benevolent forces who would like to assist us today. We thank you for your arrival. As we move through this journey, we're going to focus on 4 different energy centers. We're first going to focus on our hara, our power center, located 2 inches below the navel. This encompasses our root and sacral, where we hold so much ancestral trauma, ancestral connection, where we find grounding, safety, and empowerment. I'm going to cue you on which energetic centers to focus on throughout the journey. When we move from the hara, we will go on to the heart, releasing any grief, pain, shame, guilt that we need to release that keep us from expressing our fullest selves, and calling in all the love that we need to assist us with that, the self-love, divine love. We're going to then move into the throat chakra, clear whatever needs to be cleared there, really let it out in sound, invite spaciousness and openness. And then we're going to move into the crown, where we will let divine light, divine assistance come in, shine through our entire energy bodies. So now we're going to start with the hara. Again, I invite you in this vocal awakening to really open your throats and release whatever you need to in sound. na na Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now tune into your heart chakra. Feel what's alive in there. What wants to be released, what wants to be felt, what wants to be heard. Feel all the moments of pain where you tucked yourself into dark corners and silenced yourself. You can sing into the inner child version of you that felt that hurt, and let them be released, let them be heard. Another deep breath in. And out. Take all that open heart energy, the space you cultivated there. Feel that spaciousness move upwards into your throat. Tune into your throat chakra. Feel what lies there. What's waiting there to be released. I invite you to release a little bit louder in volume as we open up the throat. Release louder and let it go. breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Tune into your crown at the very top of your head. You can imagine a point there opening up, inviting spaciousness, inviting divine light pouring down from the heavens over your head into your crown, filling your crown, filling your crown. What lies there? Open your throat. Let it release. Let it release. Ooh. Feel that light expanding through your crown chakra. Feel it moving downwards into your throat, opening up your throat, moving downwards into your heart, opening up your heart, moving down to your belly, moving down to your Hara center, opening up your Hara, moving down into your root, out the base of your spine, moving down into your legs, the soles of your feet, down into the earth, deep into the earth. Feel your entire body suspended by this light, this golden light, holding you in both ends. You are tethered to the heavens. You are tethered to the earth. You are centered in the middle. You are balanced in the middle. You are grounded. You are safe. You are expressive. You are open. You are powerful. You are a creator. You are a creator. You are divine. Remember. Remember. And let that golden light seep into every single one of your cells, deeper and deeper. You can hold it there. You can carry this with you into your day, into your weeks. Whenever you need it, it's there. Slowly start coming back into the body. Call all your energy back into your body. You can feel the top of your head, your forehead, your temples, your face, your nose, your jaw. Feel your throat, feel your neck, feel your shoulders, feel your arms, feel your hands, feel your chest, Feel your torso, your belly. Feel your pelvis. Feel your legs, your knees, your feet, the soles of your feet, the back of your legs, your buttocks, base of your spine, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, the back of your neck, the back of your head, and the top of your head. Feel your entire body and the weight of it, wherever you may be laying down or sitting. Feel the air on your skin, where your clothes touch your skin. Can move whatever wants to be moved. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch what wants to be stretched. Can slowly open up your eyes. Look around you. Take in the physical objects of your room, your space, back in this earth, back in this body. Take in colors, take in textures. And when you're ready, you can come back to the screen. All right, welcome back. Just want to note the time. We're a little over 3:30, but if you are able to stay a little longer, I'd like to just have a little bit of a debrief to share our experiences. We opened the circle together, we shared our vulnerabilities, we co-created energetically in the space. I was tuning into all of your energies. Those are the sounds that were coming out that you were hearing. And so I'd like to take this time with whoever would like to share their experiences. Feel free to share.
I think that was the first time I've done something like that. So thank you. It reminded me of singing in a chorus, and the feeling of like being in community singing together. But then in the moment of quiet when I was still singing, uh, and I was humming, I could hear in my voice like wavering, but um, then I found myself like realizing I hadn't taken my breath correctly, or like, or not. I'm not gonna use a judgment like correct. That's not what I meant, but I could hear it waver. So I knew that I needed to breathe more deeply and sustain the breath. And then at one point I had to run to the bathroom. So like there was no prompting or anything. So then I just kind of like let a sound just come out, and like I just held the sound as long as I could, like to release. Um, and then I just like kind of pushed myself while I was like going to the bathroom and not here, and coming back to be like, how long can I hold this note and how long can I sustain this note?
Mm.
with my breath. And then it was like a fortification almost, like I can do this kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there was one point, I don't know where, because I was lost in it, but I saw like a vision of like a child dancing like in all white.
Mm.
Or it was, I don't know if it was white. It could have been like a big light flashing on them. So like it was like a overwash of bright light. So
Mm-hmm.
like I don't even know if this child was wearing white, but it just like was unfiltered joy and openness and wonder. And that was the feeling I wanted, like after feeling that. So that was just
Wow.
a lovely like visual to have.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I wonder if that's your inner child or a child in your lineage coming through and celebrating and opening and dancing in joy. And I commend your commitment to like going to the bathroom and be like, I'm gonna hold, I'm gonna keep going and like hold this note as long as I can. That's definitely a really fun throat opening exercise to do. I do that often as well with harmonic Reiki, just like sustain a note. Um, so that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Annie. Anyone else?
Um, that was really interesting what Annie said about seeing a child in white, uh, just being joyful. It was something that I was envisioning myself. I was envisioning my child, myself as a child. And, I was experiencing a lot of grief as we were going through this exercise. Grief for my child self, grief for losing my father and seeing myself as a child. Um, Grief for like, just children's lives that are being lost right now. Um, Feeling alone while trying to break like generational trauma. Um, Feeling like it's something that I'm having to do by myself with my family. Um, so it was such a powerful experience, but at the end realizing um, that I'm not alone, that I am surrounded by, my ancestors and that I am being guided, uh, through this process. So, thank you for that experience.
Thank you, Gracia. Thank you for being here. And again, I'm so glad that we are reconnecting in this way. And I'm glad that you were reminded that you are not alone in this experience at all. You are not alone. I very much relate to you when like feeling like I've was called upon to take on this like massive lineage healing work, like, oh, I am the lineage clearer for my whole family line and my ancestors, and I'm taking it, I'm transmuting it, I'm going through all this really difficult painful stuff for everyone. um, and then I remember I was in spaces with other healers, mentors, teachers, elders, reminding me like almost like not try, but like who are you to believe that you are the only one doing this in your lineage? There are definitely so many ancestors who have also been doing this work before you, with you simultaneously, who you can call upon, who are there with you throughout every step of the way. And so just remember that they are there, and anytime you feel alone, they are there. And also, I feel compelled to remind you that, one of our sisters and teachers, JL Umi Pig, always says healing happens in community. And so I hope you can find it wherever you need. I'm so glad that you're here. If you'd like to be in touch more about different things going on, I would love to do that as well. Um, but I'm so glad you made it here today. Thank you. Anyone else?
I can say, uh, yeah, I tried to think where to start, but I think honestly, I always get a little nervous when anything calls on my ancestors, because I feel like I have a pretty strained relationship with the concept of the people who came before me, knowing the harm they've caused, knowing what is in my lineage, and I think, yeah, there can be some resistance there sometimes, and I don't at all want to negate like the needing to reckon with that does exist. And I think what did happen this time that surprised me is there was just like this glimmer of possibility that there are people in my ancestral lineage pre-colonialism, pre-imperialism, pre-white supremacy, capitalism, heterosis patriarchy, like that I that exist that are also there. And I don't know, yeah, when and especially at the root uh portion of this, I feel like that's where yeah, there was just like the sense of like, you know, again, yeah, are there others in my lineage who have been healing? Are there people who um yeah, I don't know, are there to connect with? So started there, and then yeah, I think then did kind of move more into my present self, and um yeah, I experienced like a version of my inner child reliving pieces of childhood during the heart section. Um, and then at the end, there was like right before I kind of like woke up and came out of it, I felt this, yeah, kind of like presence of just this like very calming um someone kind of sitting like on the other side of the couch from me. And I'm not sure who that person is yet, but yeah, there was some amount of meeting of someone there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You called them in. You called them in. Um, yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Jim. I mean, I think like, you know, white supremacist and colonial frameworks are important to consider in all spaces, but they're also one aspect and they're a very human aspect. And I think, yeah, when we get in kind of this like deep energetic work, we are able to call on forces beyond those frameworks, beyond those distortions and limitations. And um, I'm glad you're able to invite and call in and meet in some sense an ancestor that you or guide or who knows, a being that you can feel connected to that is beyond that. um, yeah, I think that's beautiful. I'm also compelled to say that, within our lineage, within our lineages, no matter our race, and race is also a construct as well, like there are victims and perpetrators in all ends. Um, the complexity of that is vast, and I think it's still important to connect to the beings in your ancestry that do have that love connection, that are healing, that are there, that do exist, and that want you to be that light in this world here and now. Thank you. All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, thank you so much. That was really powerful. To be entirely honest, I completely passed out. I just totally knocked right out. And that happens sometimes when doing like energy work or things like that. And so like at the beginning, I was like, I think I'm gonna pass out. And I tried to fight it, and then I just was like, this sound is working its magic on me. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. So I was in a total receiving mode today. So thank you so much. It was really powerful. And coming back and being integrating all of that, I just feel really soothed and loved up on and super sweet. Like I'm kind of flowing in honey. So thank you so much.
That's beautiful. Yeah, sometimes you just need to knock out and sleep and receive. And I'm so glad you let yourself do that. Definitely, like the conscious mind gets in the way sometimes. So you're just like in full like subconscious mode. And I'm so glad to hear that it felt powerful and you're flowing in this honey state. And that's beautiful. I feel like a lot of this work is like balancing, like clearing so we can feel all that beautiful light honey energy. So thank you so much. Anyone else like to share?
I love that honey state. I was not completely knocked out, but I don't remember a whole lot. It was like my ego and my, the parts that needed to get out of the way got out of the way, and just things were flowing through really beautifully. And yeah, some visions and some images. It was also interesting to experience this online after only having done it in person, and still feeling really like safe and supported and held, and um you know still noticing some self-consciousness at first, because I'm like, the neighbors, they're knocking on the door like, is she okay? Yeah, so those thoughts were there in the beginning, and then went away, and I got out of the way and just received. And yeah, feel really good, feel clear and spacious, and yeah, feel safe. There was a lot of feelings of safety in myself, and it was very present moment focused as well, which I think that was kind of already coming in really strongly today. Was like, if you just like are in the present moment, everything's okay. Like the
Mm,
present moment is fine. It's golden. That's where it's at. And
mhm.
that's really, how the journey was for me. So I'm super grateful for it. And yeah, very, very grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love that. Yeah, if you're just like present, you don't need to remember what happened because you're just concerned with the current present moment. And
Mm.
yeah, I'm glad you're able to break through, like the concerns of like people hearing, like those fears always come up, and that actually is the practice, right? It's like we feel the fear and then we move past it and we get to a point where we're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, this is my truth. If they want to hear me wailing and screaming, like that's, or whatever you're vocalizing, it is what it is. I am who I am. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, every time I do these, it's like the energy is tremendous. And afterwards I just feel like my consciousness is just so many levels clearer and deeper. And I was also really I was also really fascinated, like the difference also between doing it online is that I'm only hearing my voice and your voice.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons to that, right? Like I really like hearing the harmonics when they're all blended, but at the same time, I can hear my voice better, clearer.
Mm.
And And it's like, just as a vocalist, I was just kind of I'm kind of I get more and more amazed at the amount of different sounds that can come through us, that can, like, it's almost like, at one point we're doing something with the throat, and like it literally felt like I had like 15 different voices coming through this one area of my, like it was just,
Yeah.
anyway. So yeah, like I really got in touch with the whole Tibetan, the Tibetan throat
Yeah.
singers,
Mm-hmm.
like that whole thing. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, to me this is such a profound experience, which is why I keep doing it. And I'm excited for that to resonate through my consciousness for the next 24 to 48 hours.
Mm. Yeah, thank you, Dan. No, I am so appreciative of you like coming out each time. And it's wonderful, and it's wonderful to hear how one of the experiences like expand on each other. And thank you for naming yeah, the different sounds and throat singing. I was making sounds too that, like, I don't know if y'all, it's like some kind of raspy multi-level like multi-note thing happening that I'm like, is this like Mongolian Tibetan like throat sing? Is it happening? I've accessed it like a couple times in like session with myself. But maybe it's calling upon like the ancestors. Like I've never felt it like this strongly. So it's cool to hear that and hear that you were also like experience that same thing. So thank you. All right, any last share? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that was incredible as always. I was just filled with like immense gratitude, just like for the whole experience and for you and being connected to you. And yeah, like while we were singing, like kind of similar to what Dan was saying, like rather than hearing everyone else's voice, it was just like you and I. And I felt like so connected to you. I don't even know how, but like I felt like we were like making the exact same sounds at the exact same times, and I was just like
Oh.
in your mind. But I don't know. It just felt really cool to be like connected to you and like know you personally as well, and like get to have these experiences where we get to like deepen our connection with ourselves and like feel those energies clear out. Like I felt like, I felt those like raspy sounds too. And like I was like right there with you the whole time, all the sounds that were like coming up, it just like felt so natural. I like let my body like just take over, and like my mind like or my mind take over my body, and like whatever sounds wanted to come out, like they were there, and it was really really amazing. So thank you once again for always hosting such incredible workshops and helping us get in tune with our energies and our physical bodies. And
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love having you here all the time, of course. Everyone who comes back, it's wonderful. Um, and yeah, it's also really interesting to hear about the differences between online and in person. So I do both. And when you're in person, you can hear like everyone like expressing together, right? And it's so interesting to see how it translates. This is only my second time doing this as a group virtually. So it's cool to hear that. Thank you. It's a different experience, but has its pros. Thank you, Dan. Um, yeah, that's wonderful. Um, Thank you all so much. I know, wow, we're like way over. I think maybe I need to make them like 2 hours long, but thank you so much, all of you, for coming, for your presence and all like the collective energy that we moved. We moved a lot. Ancestors, beings came through, it seems like, for many of us. And yeah, make sure as we're integrating and the rest of today, the days to come, that you're nourishing your body, drinking lots of water, listening to your body and giving it what it needs. Before closing out Sacred Space, I just have a few announcements to share. So we will be doing another virtual online Harmonic Reiki session next month. The current plan is to have these monthly, at least for a bit. Tentatively, the next one is Thursday, December 14th. I will also be having a in-person next Harmonic Reiki Sound Journey here on Big Island in Hawaii. Most likely the last week of November, so after Thanksgiving. Just need to confirm dates for that. I also do private sessions, so anything that you experienced here, I invite you to imagine what it would be like to really have us be like one-on-one in private sessions. We do just like a custom and sound journey where we dig into your energy body, your chakras, your desires, your needs, your ancestors, your messages come through. And that's what we do in private sessions. If you're interested, let me know. And I also offer packages, so 4-session packages. As you've heard from the people who've come here regularly, those of you who have been here regularly, the effect that repeatedly doing this work has. If you're interested in doing that in a private container capacity, like really digging into the throat, really clearing and committing to this like profound transformational energetic work, then let me know. And see, I got a question in the chat. Where in Big Island are you? I'm in Pahoa. So yeah, the next I'm nailing down the location, but it'll most likely be in Pahoa as well. So, all right. Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you for being here. Have a good one. And we're gonna close out unless anyone has any last thoughts or questions. That is it. Thank you so much. Thank you.